वासेति श्रेष्ठतया पात्रं गुणान्वितः कौशिकानन्तरङ्गार्यश्रियं विजेतां भुवि यस्तात्मीयपरं वरप्रतिगुरो वैराग्यभाग्यो ददौ वेदान्तां तदारविन्दमनघात् श्रीश्रीनिवासात् गुरोः श्रीशैलान्वयकौस्तुभस्य तनीं श्रेयोनिधे श्रीनिधेः वन्दे साधुकटाक्षकेणिं श्रीकृष्णसद्देशिकं श्रीनारायणयोगीन्द्रवरदारिकृपाश्रयम् रङ्गेशपादविनतं श्रीनिवासमुनिं भजे व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे जगतातं तपोनिधिं पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन कृतितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीमष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यानविध्वस्ता शेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहं यमुनेयं नमामि तं यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मव्यामोहतः तदितराणितनाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य देहितसिन्धो रामानुजस्य चरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो सन्निधत्तां सदा कृति. Offering my pranamams to all the Bhagavatas in this satsanga, I shall resume the next session. In the previous class, we had studied just the Bhashya part of the shloka, 9th and 10th of chapter 8. Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram Manoraniyam Sa Manusmaredyaha सर्वस्य धातारम अचिन्त्य रूपम आदित्यवर्णम तमसः परस्तात् प्रयाणकाले मनसा अचलेन भक्त्या युक्तः योगबलेन चैव ध्रुवोर्मध्ये प्राणमावेश्य सम्यक् ततं परं पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यम्. So the explanations for these words are very significant. कविं सर्वज्ञं पुराणं पुरातनम् अनुशासितारं विश्वस्य प्रशासितारम् अणोः अणीयांसं जीवादपि सूक्ष्मतरं सर्वस्य धातारं सर्वस्य स्रष्टारम् अचिन्त्यरूपं सकलेतर विसजातीय स्वरूपम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् अप्राकृत स्व असाधारण दिव्यरूपम् तम एवं भूतम अहरहः अभ्यस्यमान भक्तियुक्त योगबलेन आरूढ़ संस्कारतया अचलेन मनसा प्रयाणकाले भ्रुवोः मध्ये प्राणमावेश्य संस्थाप्य तत्र भ्रूमध्ये दिव्यं पुरुषं यः अनुस्मरेत् स तमेव उपैति तद्भावं याति तत्समानैश्वर्यो भवति इत्यर्थः. So the explanations we had seen the Bhashya in the previous class for this from the Tatparya Chandrika. From additional explanations, some more explanations we can study today. Kavim, the word Kavi means Krantadarshi, one who can see beyond the Bhakendriyas. That is Sarvajna here. And since it is about Sri Krishna, who is none other than Paramapurusha, Bhagavan, here it means Sarvadarshitva. So Bhashya is Sarvajnaha. Puranam, Puratanam, here means Anaditva. Anushasitaram, Vishwasya Prashasitaram. Bhagavan's Anushasana is called Prashasana, that is Prakarshena Shasanam, ruling over or commanding or controlling everything. The word Sarvasya is to be taken along with this because Anushasitaram is without any specific adjectives. It's not qualified by anything specifically. So it means everything without any sankocha. The meaning has to be taken. So Bhashya is Vishwasya Prashasitaram. And there are abundant pramanas for that in the Shruti. Yajnavalkya says, Etasya va aksharasya prashasane gargi surya chandramasau vidhrutau tishtataha. Etasya va aksharasya prashasane gargi dyava prithivyo vidhrute tishtataha. Everything is controlled and ruled over by him, and they are all following his prashasana, his shasana. Anoho niyamsam jivadapi sukshmataram. So the words are to be taken according to the prakarana and everywhere according to the proper meaning of the words. Because Paramatma is Chetana, comparison is only with Jiva. He is more subtle than Jiva. The pramana here is Antapravishta Shasta Jananam Sarvatma. So Yajurveda Aranika is clearly telling that he did Antapravesha. Antapravishta Shasta Jananagam Sarvatma. So the Sukshma Taratva needed for Antapravesha, that is told here. Anoho niyamsam jivadapi sukshmataram. Sarvasya dhataram. So again here dhatu shabda is taken as srishtikarta. Sarvasya srashtaram. The word dhatu means srishtikarta here, creator of the universe. And there are also pramanas for that. Surya chandramasau dhata yata purvamakalpayat in Mahanarayana Upanishad. Vishnuna vidhrute bhumi in Yajuraranyaka. Sarvadharam dhama Vishnu samjnam. All these things are pramanas, show that Sarvadharatva, which is told in these pramanas, applies to Sarvasrashtra only, one who is the creator of everything. Achintya Rupam, because he is Sakaletara Visachatiya Swarupam. His nature is different and distinct from everything other than himself. So this makes it clear that it is not, as some say, that Bhagavan Sarupa is not possible to say with all the reasoning and arguments generally known to us. It is not like that, but it cannot be known fully, and because it is different and distinct from everything else. Aditya Varanam Tamasah Parastat Aprakrita Swasadharana Divya Rupam. So, though there is no mention of Rupa specifically in this Aditya Varanam, the very word Varana indicates that there has to be a Rupa. It is about color, Aditya Varana, the hue of Aditya, and that is established in the Bhashya by Bhashyakarar, in Sri Bhashya, etc., Vedartha Sangraha and all that, where Antahat Tad Dharmopadeshat in Bhagavad Brahma Sutra, Aditya Mandala Antarvarti, Bhagavan is Paramatma and all his asadharana gunas are told there, etc. So here Aditya Varna indicates that it is not applicable to the essential nature, but it is about the qualities, the attributes. And it has to be understood as pertaining to the divine auspicious form, which is well established from the Pramanas. So Bhashya is Aprakrita, Asadharana Divya Rupam. The Pramanas here to be noted are Yena Suryastapati Tejas Edhaha in Yajurveda Kataka. Yasya Bhasa Sarvamidam Vibhati from Mundaka Tam Tadveva Jyotisham Jyotihi Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, etc. So these pramanas establish that Bhagavan has unsurpassable brilliance. Shruti Vakya Aditya Varanam Tamasah Parastat is the source for all these explanations. Here the word tamas indicates the tamo dravya, which is the material for creation. So here the word that is told in Rigveda Shruti also, tamasi tamasa gudamagre praketam, and yada tamaha tanna divanaratrihi in the Shweta Shvetara Upanishad, etc. So the meaning of tamasah parastat is that it is aprakrita or divine, and that is not controlled by karma, that is eternal, without any defects. All this can be known. Tam evam bhutam maharaha abhyasyamana bhakti yukta yoga balena arudha samskarataya So the Mula Shloka has Bhaktya Yuktaha Yoga Balena Chaiva, where the two parts Bhaktya Yuktaha and Yoga Balena are addressed separately. But the meaning to be taken here is Bhakti Yukta Yoga Balena, as shown in the Bhashya, because they both together give one meaning. Such yoga which is combined with bhakti only helps in winning over the mind. So bhakti, that is the most important aspect of that. So though the word yuktaha seems to be in the past tense, it is to be understood as yogya. That is why it is explained as arudha samskarataya. The samskara which one's mind gets due to the yoga bala, filled with bhakti, devotion. Achalena manasa prayanakale dhruvoha madhye pranamaveshya samsthapya. The word aveshya is interpreted as samsthapya, is nischala avasthapana. That is also told in Yoga Shastras. So Bhashya is samsthapya. That means samyak sthapya, firmly establishing the prana in between the eyebrows. Tatra bhrumadhye divyam purusham yaha anusmaret. Even in Yoga Prakaranas, it is said that the place between eyebrows is where Purusha has to be positioned for meditation. Satameva upaiti. Tameva upaiti means, again according to the Prakarana here, tad bhavam yati. Tad samana aishwaryo bhavati ityartaha. So the Bhashya is tameva upaiti, which is as per what is told earlier repeatedly. Tam tameva upayeti kaunteya. Tam tameva iti kaunteya. But here what is important is that, so tam upaiti in this shloka is not about tadatmya again. That is made clear in tat samana aishwaryo bhavati. This also eliminates that samyapatti, which is paramasamya, told, which is attained only by one who is a mukta, a liberated one. So here it is about an aishwaryarthi, and so the fruits are in line with what is desired by such a seeker. So prapya anuguna, that has been told also earlier. So by this, what is to be understood is that the attributes and nature of Bhagavan told here as Kavim, Puranam, Manushasitaram, all these are to be contemplated as being associated with Bhagavan for the purpose of bestowing abundance of wealth that one is seeking, and not as what is to be attained itself. So an Aishwaryarthi has to contemplate on Bhagavan as Kavim Puranam Manushasitaram Sarvasya Dhataram Achintya Rupam Manoraniyamsam, all these things as being associated with the capability or the power to bestow abundance of wealth, because he is after Aishwarya and he is not after Bhagavan itself. So that is what is to be noted here, which is unique and explained in these Bhashyas, in our Bhashya. So since it is told one should contemplate like this at the time of death, it is understood that such a one has to be contemplating like this right from the beginning, because if one has to get such a remembrance at the time of death, it will not simply come. It has to be practiced and contemplated upon incessantly all the time throughout life. So that is what is, then only it is possible to be remembered like that at the time of death. So they are all to be understood based on the explanations in other shlokas. Now with the next shloka, 11th shloka, is Atha Kaivalyarthinam Smarana Prakaram Aha. So Bhashyakara clearly separates out the shlokas which are telling the process of meditation for an Aishwaryarthi, a Kaivalyarthi, and a Jnani. So now it is made clear that the next, what is going to be taught is the Smarana Prakara, the way one has to contemplate who is after Kaivalya. That is told in the next three shlokas. Yadaksharam Vedavido Vadanti Vishanti Yatayo Vitaragaha यदिच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्यं चरन्ति तत्ते पदं संग्रहेण प्रवक्ष्ये. यतो वेदविदः अक्षरं वदन्ति, that which the Vedic scholars tell as akshara, yat vitaragaha, that which those who have got rid of desires, yatayaha, and are endeavoring to meditate, vishanti, they attain. Yadichantaha brahmacharyam charanti, desiring what? They practice brahmacharya. Tat padam, how to meditate on such akshara? Sangrahena pravakshya, I will briefly tell you. So I am going to teach you the way of contemplation on that akshara, which is being done by Vedic scholars who got rid of desires, yatis, who are endeavoring to meditate and desiring what they practice brahmacharya. That way of meditation I am going to tell you. The Bhashya is Yadaksharam Asthulatwadi Gunakam Vedavido Vadanti Vitaragaha Cha Yatayaha Yadaksharam Vishanti Yadaksharam Praptum Ichanto Brahmacharyam Charanti Tat Padam Sangrahena Te Pravakshye Padyate Gamyate Chetasa iti Padam Tat Nikhila Vedanta Vedyam Matsvarupam Aksharam यथा उपास्यम तथा संक्षेपेण प्रवक्ष्यामि इत्यर्थः. यदक्षरम् अस्थूलत्वादि गुणकं वेदविदो वदन्ति. That which is told by learned Vedic scholars, Vedavidaha, as akshara, and which is qualified by attributes such as asthulatva and others. Vitaragascha yatayo yadaksharam vishanti. The akshara which the ascetics who have developed vairagya enter into. Yadaksharam praptum ichanto brahmacharyam charanti. Desiring to attain which practice brahmacharya. That pada I will teach you briefly. Tat padam sangrahena te pravakshe. So the meaning of pada is explained as padyate gamyate chetasa iti padam, that which is attained through the mind, and so it is pada. Padur gatau is the dhatu. Padyate gamyate chetasa iti padam. Tatu nikhila vedanta vedyam matsvarupam aksharam yatha upasyam tatha sankhepena pravakshami ityartha. How to meditate upon that akshara which is my essential nature, mat swarupam, not my swarupa, to be known by all the, which is known by all the Vedas, Vedanta Vedyam, all the Upanishads, that I will teach you briefly is the meaning. Bhashya at the beginning of this shloka clearly states that the mode of upasana prescribed for Kaivalyarthis is going to be taught here. Kaivalyarthinam smarana prakaram. The word smarana here is about upasana as well as antima pratyaya, because both these are to do with remembrance or contemplation. So edaksharam is asthulatwadi gunakam. The word akshara is told in Brihadaranyaka, it is explained. Sahovacha etadvaitad aksharam gargi brahmana abhivadanti asthulam ananu ahrasvam adirgham alohitam asneham achayam etc. Yajnavalkya tells Gargi that the Brahmanas or Brahmanishthas who have realized Brahman declare that it is the immutable Brahman, which is neither huge nor atomic, neither short nor long, etc. So it cannot be told as only like this. It cannot be told it is Dirgha, because it can also be Hrasva. It cannot be told that it is only Hrasva, because it can also be Dirgha. It is not just Sthula or Anu, it is Asthula, Ananu, means it cannot be described as only this or only this much. and it cannot be known fully. These are all the meanings here. So the Akshara told here is that Parabrahman. Vedavido Vadanti, as told in Yajurveda, Kataka Prashna. Na Vedavinmanutetam Brugantam Sarvanubhumatmanagam Samparaje. Avedavinmanutetam Brugantam Na Avedavit Manute Tam Bruhantam. That Brahman can be known only by Shruti Pramana. So those who have not studied the Vedas cannot know him. So the learned Vedic scholars know and teach about the Brahman as being qualified by attributes such as Astula, Ananu and so on. Vitaragascha yatayo yadaksharam vishanti. Here, yadaksharam praptum icchanto brahmacharyam charanti. Brahmacharyam charanti has several meanings. It means those who practice control of sense organs, Indriya Nigraha, that is also explored as Brahmacharya, having renounced Stri Sangha, that is communion with women, or in order to attain Brahman, whatever Charya they do, that is practice they adopt with prescribed disciplines, with all the niyamas, can be said to be also Brahmacharya. The pramana for that is from Chandogya, as shown by Swami Deshika here. Atha yad yajna ityachakshate brahmacharyameva tat. Atha yan maunam ityachakshate brahmacharyameva tat. Atha yat satrayanam ityachakshate brahmacharyameva tat. Atha yad aranyayanam ityachakshate brahmacharyameva tat. So it is Brahma praptyartha yakachidapi charya brahmacharya. That is the explanation given for that. Brahma praptyartha yakachidapi charya brahmacharya. That is also one of the meanings. So it has got many meanings. It's applicable. Vitaragaha are none other than those who are endeavoring into yoga, told as yatayaha here. Here also what is told as Edichanto Brahmacharyam Charanti, where they are the doers. By these, the ultimate gain and the means are also indicated. Prapya, Prapaka are all indicated here. Tat Padam Sangrahena Te Pravakshe. The Rudhyartha, meaning in common use, is not applicable for the word Pada here. So Yogikartha has to be taken as Padyate Gamyate Chetasa iti Padam. That means here Prapyam. It includes Upasyatva, etc., as it is an object of knowledge. Tat Nikhila Vedanta Vedyam Matswarupam Aksharam Yatha Upasyam Tatha Sankshepena Pravakshyami. So the word Yat and Tat in shloka found in Yadichanto Tate Padam indicates Nikhila Vedanta Vedya. And it is very famous in Upanishads. It is abundantly addressed as such in all Upanishads that Parabrahman is told as by common words like Yat, Tat, etc. Yato va imani bhutani jayante, yena jatani jivanti, tat tvamasi, tat yat, yataha, all these are found in many places in Upanishads to be addressing Parabrahman. So the word Akshara, so according to that also he has told, Yat Nikhila Vedanta Vedyam Matswarupam Aksharam in the Bhashya. The word Akshara is also about Vikaradi Dosharahita Paramatma Swarupa. And so Bhashya is Mat Swarupam, told by Bhagavan Krishna. That is the form unique to him alone. So, and the meditation of Paramatman as Akshara Swarupi is told here in order for a seeker to attain the Akshara Swarupa Jivatma. That will be made clear also in the next two shlokas. Sarvadvarani samyamya mano hridi nirudhya cha Murdhyadhaya atmanah pranam asthito yogadharanam. Omityekaksharam brahma vyaharan mam anusmaran yah prayati tyajandeham sayati paramam gatim. These two shlokas are commented upon together. Sarvadvarani samyamya manaha hridi nirudhya atmanaha pranam murdhni adhaya yogadharanam asthitaha ओमिति एकाक्षरं ब्रह्म व्याहरन् माम् अनुस्मरन् यः देहं त्यजन् प्रयाति सः परमां गतिं याति. Controlling or subduing all the senses, which are the pathways to knowledge, dwaras, they are told, the doorways to knowledge. Manaha kriti nirudhya, arresting the mind in the heart. Atmanah pranam murdhi adhaya, pulling and stopping the pranavayu in the head, in the shiras. Yogadharanam asthitaha, one who is steadfast in yoga. Omiti ekaksharam brahma vyaharan. The Brahma Vachaka, which is Om, which is Ekakshara, repeating that, Mam Anusmaran, the Paramapurusha who is denoted by that Pranava, contemplating on me, who is denoted by that Pranava, Mam Anusmaran, that Vachaka Pranava, doing the Anusmarane, my Anusmarane, Yaha Deham Tyajan Prayati, one who departs, leaving the body, Taha Paramam Gatimyati. So he attains the Atma Avirbhava, Jivatma Avirbhava, which is of similar nature as mine. That is the meaning there. The Bhashya makes it very clear. Sarvani Shrotradini Indriyani Jnana Dwara Bhutani Samyamya Svyaparebhyaha Vinivartya Hridaya Kamala Nivishte Mayi Akshare Mano Nirudhya Yogakhyam Dharanam Asthitaha Mayeva Nishchalam Sthitim Asthitaha Omiti Ekaksharam Brahma Madvachakam Vyakaran Vachyam Mam Anusmaran Atmanah Pranam Murdhni Adhaya Deham Tyajanya Prayati Sayati Paramam Gatim Prakriti Viyuktam Mat Samanakaram Apunaravrittim Atmanam Prapnoti Ityartaha Yassa Sarveshu Bhuteshu Nashyatsu Na Vinashyati Avyakto Akshara Ityuktaha Tamah Paramam Gatim Iti Anantarameva Vakshyate Sarvani Shrotradini Indriyani Jnanadvara Bhutani Samyamya. So Sarvadvarani Samyamya means Sarvani Shrotradini Indriyani Jnanadvara Bhutani Samyamya. Samyamana means Svyaparebhyo Vinivartya. So withdrawing from their respective functions, their vyaparas, taking them back, withdrawing them, Vinivartya. All the sense organs such as the organ of hearing, Shrotradini Indriyani, Shrotrendriya, etc., which are Jnana Dwara Bhutani, which are like the doorways for knowledge, for perceiving knowledge, withdrawing them from their respective functions. So the Shrotra should not be able to listen and eye should not be able to see, like that, withdrawing them from their respective functions. Hridaya Kamala Nivishte Mai Akshare Mano Nirudhya. Having arrested and fixed the mind on me, who is Akshara, residing in the lotus of the heart, Hridaya Kamala Nivishte Mai Akshare. Yogakhyam Dharanam Asthitaha Mayeva Nishchalam Sthitim Asthitaha. Having steadfastness or dharana called yoga, that means having steadfast concentration on me only. Mayeva Nishchalam Sthitima Sthitaha. Omiti Ekaksharam Brahma Madvachakam Vyakaran. Uttering the single syllable Om, which is Brahman, which connotes me or which is my name. Krishna is telling directly that Omiti, that is Madvachakam. Bhashyakara makes it very clear. Vyaharan. Vachyam Mam Anusmaran. Remembering me, who is denoted by the word Om. Continuously. Anusmarane means Smarane after Smarane. One following the other without any break in between. Atmanah pranam murdhni adhaya deham tyajan yah prayati. Placing the prana in the head, one who departs leaving the body. Sayati paramam gatim. So many shlokas here, like I said earlier, we can observe that generic words are used. All these are again given a separate explanation and justification by Swami Deshika later. Sayati paramam gatim. Just it is told that he will get paramagati, he will attain paramagati. The meaning is prakriti viyuktam mat samanakaram apunaravrtim atmanam prapnoti ityartha. He attains paramagati, meaning he attains the pure self, atmanam, dissociated from prakriti, prakriti viyuktam, and which is mat samanakaram, which is of similar nature as me, that is Paramatman, apunaravrittim, and from there is no return. And yes, that is told again later here, yassa sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu na vinashyati. So it will be told later that one who does not perish, even when all beings get destroyed, that entity, yaha saha, sarveshu bhuteshu, bhuta is embodied souls, nashyatsu, when all the embodied souls, the beings here die or they get destroyed, yaha na vinashyati, one who does not get destroyed. Avyakto akshara ityuktaha tamahu paramangatim. What is told as avyakta, akshara, that they say is paramagati. Sarvani shrotradini indriyani jnanadvara bhutani. In order to show this is not about the 9 doorways, that is Navadvarani, what was told. And also that this is about withdrawing the senses, which is told in yoga as pratyahara of indriyas. The Bhashya is Shrotradini Indriyani. How are senses called dwara is explained as Jnana Dwara Bhutani. For knowledge, they are like doorways. Through them only we perceive knowledge. Through the eyes we perceive the objects which we see, through the ears we hear, and so knowledge is acquired of external objects through these indriyas. So they are told as dwara, and they are only the dwaras because they are all achetanas. They only help in flow of knowledge. Samyamya, so vyaparebhyo vinivartya, the natural functioning of the senses with respect to the objects of shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, withdrawing them from acting towards their respective sense objects is samyamana, told here. Hridaya kamala nivishte mayi akshare mano nirudhya. The Mula Shloka says mano hridi nirudhya. It doesn't say anything else. Mano hridi nirudhya. So it is not mere heart that is the object of meditation, but Bhagavan who is Akshara, who resides in the lotus of the heart. That is a very explanation, very important, which we have to observe. Manohridi nirudhya means not just simply in the heart. And what is the object of meditation there? It's not the heart, but it is Akshara, Bhagavan, who resides in the lotus of the heart. The word Hrit connotes the Purusha residing there. So what is told as Ma Manusmaran otherwise will not make sense. In the shloka itself it is told Ma Manusmaran, Om Brahma Vyaharan Ma Manusmaran. So the Anusmarane to be done is of Bhagavan. So Hridaya Kamala Nivishte Mayi Akshare Mano Nirudhya Yogakyam Dharanamastitaha Om iti ekaksharam Brahma Madvachakam Vyakaran Vachyam Mam Anusmaran. The syllable Om connotes Brahma, and so is called Brahma itself. That is clear from the Bhashya, Madvachakam. And it is well known that mantra reveals Artha Vishesha and it aids in meditation. So when we recite a mantra, it reveals the Artha Vishesha, the object which is denoted by that mantra, and it aids in meditation. So the explanation is given as remembering me, who is connoted by the word Brahma continuously. And there are abundant references from Shrutis and Smritis, as shown by Swami Deshika and Tatparya Chandrika, to show that Pranava is Bhagavad Vachaka and is an accessory to yoga. Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti tatte padam sangrahena bravimi om ityetat. Yama teaches Nachiketa in Kathopanishad. In Mundakopanishad it is told, Pranamo dhanuhu sharohi atma brahmatal lakshya uchyate apramattena vettavyam sharavat tanmayo bhavet. The Pranava itself is like the bow, dhanuhu, sharohi atma. The arrow is the jivatma. And what is where has it to be shot means brahmatal lakshya uchyate. The goal is that that arrow should go and reach Brahma, sitting on the bow, which is Pranava. Omityatmanam dhyayatha is told. Atmanam aranim kritva pranavam cha uttararanim dhyana nirmatanabhyaha pashyed brahmam brahma Agni Gudhavat. Ram Dhyana Nirmatana Abhyasat Pashyet Brahmagni Gudhavat. So there are two arani. Arani is a piece of wood, and there is Adhararani, Uttararani. And when the two pieces of the Uttararani is rubbed against the Adhararani, fire comes. The fire which is hidden inside that wood, that comes out. Atmanam aranim kritva, making the Atma, the Jivatma itself as the Adhararani and Pranava as the Uttararani. So the Uttararani is rubbed against, so the Atma, Pranava Atma has to be meditating upon Pranava. Abhyasa is continuous repetition, and one has to churn out through dhyana. And like the fire which comes out of the firewood, one sees Brahman. Pashyet Brahma Agni Gudhavat. The Brahman which is hidden in Pranava is revealed, like fire which is revealed from the firewood. Swadeham aranim kritva pranavancha uttararanim dhyana nirmatanabhyasat devam pashyet nigudhavat. These are all told in Shvetashvatara. And in Prashnopanishad, yah punaretam trimatrena vomityet etenaiva aksharena param purusham abhidhyayita sa tejasi surye sampannaha. And in Brihadaranyaka also it is told, Vishnum pashyet hridisthitam. Yajnavalkya Patha, it is told. Om Kham Brahma, Om Kham Puranam in Brihadaranyaka. Om iti Brahma, Om iti idikam sarvam in Taittiriya Upanishad itself. Omkaram evedam sarvam in Chandogya. So he gives abundant references to show that Yaha Omkaraha Saha Pranavaha Yaha Pranavaha Sa Sarvavyapi Yaha Sarvavyapi Saha Anantaha Yaha Anantaha Tat Taram Yat Taram Tat Sukshmam Yat Sukshmam Tat Shuklam Yat Shuklam Tat Vaidyutam Yat Vaidyutam Tat Param Brahma. Starting with Omkara, that is Pranava, Sarvavyapi, Anantaha, all these told, and finally Tat Brahma, Param Brahma in Atharvashikopanishad. Devatayaha Parayascha Yalambha Pranavasmataha. These are all told by Yajnavalkya in the Yajnavalkya Smriti. Omkarena Tatha Chatma Vyupaste Saprasidati. Omkarena Tatha Chatma Vyupaste Saprasidati. Sarvadvarani Samyamya Mano Hridi Nirudhyacha Murdhyadhayatmanah Pranam Astito Yogadharanam Omityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Mamanusmaran Yaprayati Tyajandeham Sayati Paramangatim Yayetam Pranavena Adyam Aksharam Pratipadyate. These are told in Yajnavalkya Smriti. The same shloka that are told in Yajnavalkya Smriti also. So that is the reason why that is quoted by Swami Deshika here. And in Yoga Sutra, Patanjali Yoga Sutra also it is very clearly told, Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha. He defines, Ishvara is defined as Klesha karma vipaka ashayehi shesha Ishvara. So all these klesha, karma, these all karma can lead to anything, good or bad. Vipaka is karma phala, ashaya is that vasana, etc. Aparamrushtaha, klesha, all these raga, dvesha, etc. One who is untouched by all these is Purusha Vishesha, is Ishvara. They define Ishvara like that. And Tasya Vachaka Pranavaha. And Pranava is the Vachaka. The Vachya is Ishvara, it is told there. So all these Pramanas clearly say that. Omkara is Bhagavad Vachaka, it is well established. And through that Pranava, one has to contemplate on Bhagavan. Atmanah Pranam Murdhni Adaya, etc. So a seeker after realization of self attains Atman only. So that is to be applied everywhere. Whatever one meditates, that he attains. So the object of meditation is very important. That is why. Okay, Purusho Bhavati, Tata Ita Pretya Bhavati. That's a general Nyaya. Tat Kratu Nyaya it's called. Whatever way one meditates, the attainment will be according to that. So if one wants to attain Kaivalya, one has to contemplate according to that and he will attain that. And that is told as Paramam Gatim. Because of that, it indicates that it is Apunaravriti Lakshana. There is no return from that. So it is about the pure self dissociated from Prakriti. Because Prakriti Vyukta Atma. Otherwise, there is Punaravriti is there. If it is associated with Prakriti, Punaravriti will be there. That is whatever, it will be in Prakriti Mandala only. When it is dissociated with Prakriti, it becomes Apunaravriti Lakshana. Bhashyakara quotes slokas from this Adhyaya itself, where Atman is addressed as Paramagati. Avyaktaha Akshara Ityahu Ityuktaha Tamahu Paramangatim. Tam Paramangatim Ahu. So Avyakta Akshara, the Jivatma who is Avyakta, told as Akshara, is told as Paramagati, is going to be told later in the 21st sloka in this Adhyaya. Aishwarya evam Aishwaryarthinaha Kaivalyarthinascha Swaprapya Anugunam Bhagavad Upasana Prakaraha Uktaha Atha Jnanino Bhagavad Upasana Prakaram Prapti Prakaram Cha Aha. This is a very important Bhashya, part of Bhashyakara. Evam Aishwaryarthinaha Kaivalyarthinascha Swaprapya Anugunam Bhagavad Upasana Prakaraha Uktaha. So one has to note that these are all Bhagavad Upasana only. But their Prapya is different. They want to attain Aishwarya and Kaivalya. So those who are seekers after Aishwarya and Kaivalya, the mode of Upasana, Bhagavad Upasana Prakara, Bhagavad Upasana for an Aishwaryarthi and a Kaivalyarthi, as per their goal to be attained, was taught. Atha Jnanino Bhagavad Upasana Prakaram Prapti Prakarancha Aha. Now the mode of Upasana for a Jnani and the mode of his attainment, Prapya Prakara, is going to be told. So the Sangati for this shloka is started as Evam. That conveys several meanings, as can be seen in the commentary here. Evam itself shows a lot of meanings. It shows that though it looks as though the three types of seekers is not very clearly differentiated and told in the answers given to the question, starting with Kim Tad Brahma, Kim Adhyatmam, etc. And what was told that Adhiya Jna, Antima Pratyaya, whether they are categories of seekers. There are many aspects which, if we examine carefully, will reveal that indeed there are Upasana Prakaras told for three types of seekers, and that the latter ones among the Aishwaryarthi, Kaivalyarthi and Jnani are superior to the former. So all these are meant in this Sangati Bhashya, Evam. Though the Antima Smriti is common to all the three Kaivalyarthi and Jnani, it is required for an Aishwaryarthi Kaivalyarthi, it is also required for a Kaivalyarthi and Jnani. The mode of remembrance is different. The Smarana Prakara of Antima Smriti, Antima Pratyaya is different for each, and it depends on the goals they want to attain. So the shlokas 12, 13 and 14 are clearly talking of the modes of Upasana for a Kaivalyarthi and a Jnani. So it gets established that the earlier three shlokas, 8, 9 and 10, starting with Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena, etc., are about a seeker after Aishwarya. And the words being very generic, they are giving a detailed critical examination. There Swami Deshika critical examines all this in detail here. Brahma, Purusha, Paramagati are all words used in several contexts in different senses. Brahma is used to mean Prakriti also sometimes, Jivatman sometimes, Parabrahma in some places. How to decide the meaning is important. And in this Shastra, in these shlokas, in this Adhyaya, the other commentators mostly take it to mean Parabrahman only. And they are all told as different types of upasanas for the same seeker. Whereas in our Bhashya, they are told, separated very clearly, that three categories of seekers, and the upasana prakaras are different for three of them. And they are told, where they are told are very clearly indicated in the Bhashya. And there can be many questions which can occur here. The last shloka of 7th chapter, it was introduced that Te Brahma Tad Viduhu, and in this chapter, Kim Tad Brahma, Aksharam Brahma Paramam, etc. So a question can be, why can't Brahma be taken to mean Parabrahma itself? Why should it be treated differently? And should not the Bhuta Bhavot Bhavakaro Visargaha be taken to mean Jagat Srishti? Adhibhuta by the Vyutpatti Adhibhavati should mean Pranijata, that is all beings. And Shloka Antakalecha should be taken for a Mumukshu. So these are all the questions that can arise. There is only one Adhikari addressed here, and different ways of upasanas are taught, and not three Adhikaris is the Akshepa. And words like Samsiddhim Paramangataha, Yayati Paramangatim, Sayati Paramangatim, Tamahu Paramangatim. In all these, the same meaning is to be taken, is the Akshepa. Paramam Purusham Divyam, Satam Param Purusham Upaiti Divyam, Purusha Sapara Partha, Bhaktya Labhyaha Tvananyaya. All these cannot be interpreted as different meanings. They should be treated same and giving the same meaning. So these are all the various questions that may arise here, because the words are very generic. They are all commented upon in other Bhashyas in the same way, mostly as Paramatma, Param Brahma, like that, when Brahma is there. And while our Bhashya is very different and unique. So how the Bhashya, the interpretations are justified, is again examined in Tatparya Chandrika. And the meanings are established according to context and in line with Adavandar's Gita Artha Sangraha. So that is the source. Gita Artha Sangraha very clearly states that Aishwarya, Aksharayathatmya, Bhagavat Charanarthinam. There are three types of categories of seekers, very clearly told there. And Vedya Upadeya Bhavanam. That is what is told here, is also very clearly established there. Krishna clearly says, shown by Swami Deshika in detail in Tatparya Chandrika. Krishna says, Adhiyajnaha Ahameva. But he does not say, Brahma Ahameva. So, just like Adhyatma, Brahma, Shabda should also be given different meaning. While Adhyatma is given a different meaning, Brahma also should be given. The word Brahma and Akshara are not very prasiddha or abundantly used in Rudhi to mean Parabrahman. So in the shloka, Evam Satadayuktaye Bhaktaha Tvam Paryupasate Yechapi Aksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ke Yoga Vittamaha. In the 12th chapter it's coming. The Akshara Shabda means Pratyagatma Swarupa, who is Avyakta, means he is not seen by these chakshus, etc., and other sense organs. रूपे ब्रह्मणस्तस्य मूर्तं च अमूर्तमेव च क्षराक्षरस्वरूपे ते सर्वभूतेषु च स्थिते अक्षरं तत्परं ब्रह्म क्षरं सर्वमिदं जगत्. It is told in Vishnu Purana. So the words Akshara and Brahma mean Parishuddhatma Vishaya in those contexts, as can be found, and this is explained and established in Sharirika Bhashya, Brahma Sutra Bhashya by Bhashyakara. So in Kim Tat Brahma, the word Brahma has to be different from Paramatman, and that can only be Parishuddhatma. And it is the word Brahma is used on with respect to Atma in Aupacharika sense. Later here in the 21st sloka it is told Avyaktaha Akshara Ityuktaha. Same way in slokas Yechapi Aksharam Avyaktam, Yetvaksharam Anirdeshyam, Ksharascha Akshare Vacha, etc. The word Akshara means someone different from Paramatman. So that is how it is justified. And the word Samsiddhi used along with Paramagati. Samsiddhim Paramang Gataha. So Paramagati, Samsiddhi are used together, so it should be taken as something different from Paramagati. That is why Swabhava and other words are commented according to the aspects to be known. Swabhava is told as Prakriti, and to put to practice by the three categories of seekers. The objection that Antima Smriti is not needed for Aishwaryaartis is also set aside by various pramanas in Bhagavata about in Dhruvacharita and all. It is told that one has to be doing Anusmarane of Bhagavan. Bhaktim Haro Bhagavati Pravahan, and those, there are many shlokas there. And even though the words Brahma, Purusha, Paragati, etc. mean Paramatma Vajana, Tat Prapti, etc., they cannot be taken to apply to one category of seeker alone here. First it is said that, and there are many other signs also, other aspects here to be examined. First it is told that the prana has to be positioned Bhru Madhye, in between eyebrows, and Paramatman has to be meditated upon there only, in between the eyebrows. Then it is told in another shloka that prana has to be positioned in Murdhni, Shiras, and Paramatman has to be meditated upon in the lotus of the heart, in Nirudhya. And that it is not, it is only related to remembrance at the time of departing from the body. So there is different in sthana or place, and one cannot do both these at the same time. Both are related to Antima Pratyaya, and one cannot do at the same time in the lotus of the heart as well as in between eyebrows. So there are two different sthanas, places told, different ways of meditating and all that. And one has to be doing Ucharane of Pranava, Om, etc. So there are, all these differences cannot be for the same Adhikari. And they also do not apply for meditations which are prescribed at different times. There is no Kala Bheda also for the same Adhikari, because the word Upasana, the mode of Upasana itself is different. So these modes of Upasanas, which are quite opposed to each other, can only apply to different Adhikaris. It becomes very clear. And if you examine the Upanishads, in Chandogya it is said that when one departs the body through the Murdhanya Nada, when one departs through other places such as Bhrumadhya, etc., they attain different gatis. Shatanchaika Hridayasya Nadyaha Tasam Murdhanam Abhinisrutaika Tayordhvamayan Amritattvameti Vishwanganya Utramane Bhavanti. Shatancha Eka Hridayasya Nadyaha. There are 101, and Vishwanganya Utramane Bhavanti. Those places, they go to different places here only. They don't get moksha. It is told in Bhashya earlier also that Yat Shabda found in shlokas Jara Marana Mokshaya and Sadhibhutadi Daivam, etc. indicate different adhikaris. In the same way here also Anoraniyam Samanusmaretyaha Yah prayati tyajan deham, in the 13th sloka, Yomam smrti nityesha, they all indicate Adhikari Veda is established very clearly. So that is, these are all some of the explanations we can see and observe how the Bhashya is justified, and it is fully in line with the context and what is already established by in Gita Sangraha by Bhagavad Yamuna. So continuing further, Ananya Chetaha Satatam Yomam Smarati Nityashaha Tasyaham Sulabha Partha Nitya Yuktasya Yoginaha. So that is the Sangati is given as Atak Jnanino Bhagavad Upasana Prakaram Prapti Prakaram Chaha. Next, Jnani's Upasana Prakara and his mode of attainment, Prapti Prakara, is going to be told here. Ananya Cheta Satatam Yomam Smarati Nityashaha. Tasyaham Sulabha Partha Nityayuktasya Yoginaha. He Partha, Arjuna, Nityashaha, from the time of starting Upasana, Satatam, at all times, Ananya Chetaha Yaha Mam Smarati, not thinking of anything else in his mind. Whoever devotee contemplates on me, Tasya Nityayuktasya, such devotee who is always wanting Nitya Yoga with me, thus Yoginaha, such Bhakti Yogi, Aham Sulabhaha, I am easy to attain, I am only the goal. That is the meaning. Bhashya is Nityashaha Mam Udyoga Pravrti Satatam Sarvakalam Ananya Chetaha Yaha Smarati Atyartha Matpriyatvena Mat Smritya Vina Atmadharana Malabhamanaha Niratishaya Priyam Smritim Yaha Karoti Tasya Nityayuktasya Nityayogam Kangshamanasya Yoginaha Aham Sulabhaha Ahameva Prapyaha Na Madbhavaha Aishwaryadikaha Suprapascha Tadviyogam Asahamanaha Ahameva Tam Vrane Matpraptyanuguna Upasa Vipakam Tadvirodhi Nirasanam Atyartha Matpriyatvadikam Cha Ahameva Dadami Ityarthaha Yameva Isha Vrunate Tena Labhyaha Itihi Shruyate Vakshyate Cha Tesham Satatayuktanam Bhajatam Pritipurvakam Tam Yenamam Upayantite Teshamevanukampartham Aham Ajnanajam Tamaha Nashayami Atmabhavastaha Jnanadipena Bhasvata. From here the wonderful explanations for Jnani is Upasana Prakara and his Prapya Prakara are explained, and it's very wonderful Bhashya given by what we, as we can see. Ananya Chetaha Satatam Yomam Smarati Nityashaha Mad Mam Udyoga Pravriti Satatam. Nityashaha is explained as Udyoga Pravriti, means from the time of starting Upasana. Satatam means Sarvakalam. Ananya Chetaha Yaha Smarati. Atyartha Matpriyatvena, being extremely devoted to me, being treating me as the most dear one. Mat Smritya Vina Anaha, not able to sustain or exist without thinking of me, contemplating on me. Niratishaya Priyam Smritim Yah Karoti. Smriti is Niratishaya Priya, it's most dear to him. Tasya Nityayuktasya Nityayogam Kangshamanasya Yoginaha Aham Sulabhaha. I am very Ameva Prapyaha. Sulabhaha means I am only the one to be attained for him. Nityayogam Kangshamanasya. He is always aspiring for Nitya Yoga with me. Such a yogi, I am only the Prapya, not anything else. Namadbhavaha Aishwaryadikaha, Aishwarya, Kaivalya, etc. Suprapascha, and I am very easily attainable by him. Because Tadviyogam Asahamanaha Hameva Tamrune. Such a devotee who finds me as most dear and who cannot even exist without thinking of me. I also cannot exist without him, and I cannot tolerate any separation from such a devotee, and I myself will go and accept him. Mat prapti guna upasa vipasam. I will, prune means I will give him all the upasana, vipaka, the fruits of this upasana, and I will remove all obstructions, and I will also grant him mat atyartha mat priyatvadikam. I will only make him increase his love towards me. All those things ahameva dadami, I myself will bestow upon him. That is told in Shruti as emeva isharunate tena labhyaha iti. Bhakshyate tesham sardayuktanam. Here also it is going to be told later, and so we shall take up the explanation for this shloka, which is very significant, in the next session, as we have come to the end of this session. There are a couple of questions by Sri Bhagavad Krishna. Anusmarana of Brahma, Vachaka Om by the yogi is a Lord pointing to attainment of Nirguna Brahma or Saguna Brahma or both. So in our Siddhanta, we have to very clearly understand that it is always Saguna Brahma. And we accept very clearly that Brahman is qualified by innumerable auspicious qualities, attributes. So he is Saguna Brahma only. And there cannot be any object without any guna. So Nirguna is, so Neya Guna Rahitatva, that is without any blemishes. Apahata Papma, Vijaraha, Vimrutyuhu, Vishokaha, like that. Asthulam means he is not sthula, means like we see through our chakshus and other indriyas, he is cannot be seen in the gross form like we perceive. Or he is not that only this, he can be anything, anytime, and is achintya rupa. He is different and distinct from everything else other than himself, like that. So it is always Saguna Brahma. Pertain to different types of upasanas. Antima Smarana by Ajamila was accidental, calling out his son, etc. So, though it will look like accidental, it is due to some Purva Janma Sukrita Vishesha that he had done, that he got that knowledge at that time, and he could actually perceive the Antaratma. And that is the reason why it is told with respect to Ajamila. So there is not like accidental or anything, but it has to be according to Shastra that way. So with that we have come to the end of this session, and offering my pranamams to all the Bhagavatas in this satsanga, I shall conclude today's session. Srimate rAmAnuja and Masaram Shri Krishna.